Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. I love you. Sending you a very big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane in this now moment. I sat with my guides this morning. I said, what's the message for us today? They did two things. They showed me two things. Trust. And they showed me two roads that merge into one unified field. So here's the message. Trust. Trust you. Trust humanity. Trust this entire process that we're in. Trust your voice. Trust your knowingnesses. Trust your needs and desires to speak up or stand up, or to sit down and lay down, to get loud or to get quiet. Trust you and this process more and more and more. And here's the second piece. There are two roads. There's a massive split that humanity is experiencing on the earth plane. A very massive, large divide. And this divide is an illusionary divide. So there is external consciousnesses that are creating the illusion that we are all divided when we are actually all one unified field. But this divide is necessary in order to heal the divide, in order to heal the separateness, the right, wrong, the good, bad, the yes, no, duality, polarity that we stand in. Vaccine, no vaccine, mask, no mask. Censorship, no censorship. Tell me what to do, don't tell me what to do. Live in fear, don't live in fear. Speak your truth, don't speak your truth, right? That's the divide. And it's being created by external systems, people, and consciousnesses. And so what they showed me was both sides are merging together into one unified field in another now moment. It's already done. We, humanity, is in a previous now. As challenging as this is to understand. We're in like the rewind of a movie, and we're now moving through what has already been done. Two sides slowly are coming together to merge into one field. This one unified field is where all of humanity and all beings, all animals, everything on the earth plane experiences sovereignty, experiences free will, experiences choice, experiences the ability to choose what it wants when it wants it based on its frequency. The ability to look at other humans and other beings and other animals with empathy and with compassion and with a knowingness from a higher perspective that they are creating their reality because they are free-willed beings, and I am not in charge of telling them how to be. That's a higher state of consciousness. This unified field where we are both going is standing in a field of higher states of consciousness. We are not concerned by what other humans are doing, and other humans are not concerned with what we are doing, because we are all living in a now moment state, creating reality from that now moment state with peace, with joy, with compassion. It's a very different state than what we are collapsing in this now moment. We are collapsing the systems that have held us back from standing in that unified field, aligned, sovereign, in our power. Both sides believe that they are moving towards these higher states of consciousness. And guess what? Both sides are moving towards the higher states of consciousness. We're just doing it differently. We're doing it differently. It's going to take some humans longer than other humans to be able to let go of the illusion of what they're in. It's not our job to belittle, to berate, to yell at, to get upset with, to focus on the other side. Our job is to focus and trust where we are going. which is another now moment where we have already been a unified field of humanity standing in higher states of consciousness. If we continue to do this and face each other, we are forgetting the trust and knowingness of what this is all about. It is not my job to turn and make these other humans understand and walk my path. The divide is the divide because it needs to collapse. And so here we go. And eventually, this split shifts into one field. The split shifts into one field. So in your now moment, as you are watching this divide and experiencing this divide, what is your truth? Can you pull in this unified field of humanity standing in higher states of consciousness right now? Because there will be a now moment 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now where many of us will be standing in this unified field, and we will look back at this previous now that we're in right now. We'll ask ourselves, did we do this in the highest version of us? How did I do? How did I be? Did I fall into the traps and the illusions of the consciousnesses that I was there to collapse? Did I hold the vision of these higher states of consciousness, practicing over and over with blood, sweat, and tears to move forward to where we are now standing in this next future now moment? This is a path that we're in now, and we will look back. We will see ourselves from a future version. How did you do in this now? How did you do? Are you one of those that is constantly berating, belittling, name-calling, beating up, yelling at, arguing, fighting that which is an illusion because it all merges? Or were you one that stood so strong like a warrior, holding your light over and over and over again, speaking your truth, speaking your knowingness, educating, standing up for your rights, focused on where you are going, not on those that don't believe you, those that are in a different road? How did you do in this now? And catching yourself, catching ourselves over and over and over again when we fall into the trap of this divide. The states of consciousness, the systems, the humans that want to distract us so that we don't continue to hold higher states of consciousness in order to pull the divide into one unified field will distract us by creating more divide. They're doing it on the media all the time. These people are good if they do ... These people are bad if they do ... Censorship is good because we are protecting you from these horrible people. These people are dangerous. These people are good. The external systems are telling you who's good and who's not good, who's safe and who's not safe. They are creating the divide in order to distract you from your own sovereignty, from your own truth, from your own knowingness. They're distracting you. Because if you actually started listening to what the systems in the external were telling you, if you actually listened and really felt the consciousnesses, you would start to ask yourself, is this empowering me or disempowering me? Is this putting me in an aligned state or is this pulling me out of alignment? Is this allowing me to speak my truth, or is this allowing me not to speak my truth? Remember where we are going, where we have already been, a unified field where we are sovereign and whole and complete and aligned, where we have free will to speak whatever we want, whenever we want, that we don't beat others up, we hold compassion and empathy, love, joy, and peace. We allow all humans to just be. There isn't fear and greed and chaos, manipulation, control. These systems and people in place right now don't want to lose those states of consciousness. And they know how powerful we are when we hold our light, when we stay focused on the truth of our knowingness, the truth of our intentions, the truth of why we came here into the body, the truth of it. By all means, let's distract the human from that truth. Let's distract the human from their alignment. Let's distract the human from their power, so that we can continue to manipulate and control them based on fear. Let's create a larger divide right now. So remember, this is a previous now. We are already in that unified field. And when you are in that unified field and you look back, how did you do in this now? How were you? How'd you hold yourself? What grade would you give yourself, right? If we're giving grades, although we wouldn't, not in that unified field. From that unified higher state, you'd look back at yourself and you say, you were badass. You fell, you got up, you got scratched, you broke bones, but you were a badass. Because you kept going no matter how loud that divide got, no matter how loud those external consciousnesses got. You stayed focused on your truth. You stay focused on you. You stay focused on your light, your beingness. The why of incarnating at this time. You are smarter than the divide. You have more knowingness in you than any external consciousness that's going to tell you otherwise. You are here to walk humanity from this divided state back into a unified field. And that's what you are doing. We are experiencing the illusion of divide. It's okay. It's part of the process of breaking down dense consciousnesses in the human collective. Nothing wrong with it. Hold truth. Hold firm to the truth of where we are going. That this merges no matter what is happening on either side. It doesn't matter, because eventually we find ourselves unified. Stop getting distracted by the divide and stay focused on the knowingness of where we are going. Thank you for being here on whatever side you're on. Remembering your knowingness, remembering your sovereignty, remembering your truth, remembering your voice, the actions you want to take, and remembering that you're trying to do this from higher states of consciousness over and over and over again. I love you. Thank you for being here.